a belly of tea. The winds blew up her bow, dipped down below, my billy boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Hello, everybody. I can see Mo is so happy to hear that song again. So sorry, Mo, but I got too many claims on the other one. I need to come up with a new intro or something. Let's see who's here. We've got Engineer Wrecker is in the house. Arthurline is here. Arthurline. Why do people always say Arthurline? I don't know. Stephen Rockwood says Rob will reveal Bancroft without the wig. Bancroft isn't even here yet. I, for one, care about people in the chat. I want to start on time. It's just how I roll. Mo says, if Rob reveals that secret, there will be hell to pay. Hell to pay. Just like this person who can never be here on time.
It's 5 o'clock.
It's 5:01, Bancroft. What time do we start? We start at 5.
Oh, Rob, don't start on me.
Nora and Rad's in the house. Voyager, Jaro. Scrolling down. Fowler's in the house. Tiger Blue. 7 of 9.
Tiger Blue.
Where's 7 of 9 been? Has he been around?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Perth Comics in the house. 42nd birthday, mate. How's it feel?
Thank you. Do you like my new sign?
It's fantastic.
It's
Probably
cool,
not,
isn't it?
Probably not worth what you paid for it.
Well, we paid half price.
Probably still not.
No,
Really?
it's very high quality. Like, it's proper metal, and obviously it's got the neon. I mean, it looks a lot better in real life. The colors get sucked out over the thing, but
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got like a green background, and then you've got that green sign. Like, you're a colorist, dude. Shouldn't you have some contrast in lights happening?
no.
Wow. Okay, cool. Timberwolf is here. I think you're a new name, man. Welcome if you are. Welcome.
9 a.m. Let's dox Timberwolf. Let's see where Timberwolf lives. 9 a.m. right now.
Stephen Rockwood says Bancroft looks decent for 62, 42. Well, at least he has his health. Does he?
So I'm going to say Timberwolf is from Copenhagen.
Really?
How close am I?
I am.
He looks
the one...
like he's from Copenhagen. Tell me he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. I'm the one creating Rob in a sci-fi world. Austria.
Oh, it was close.
Sounds really cold, though.
Do you know how to say "Hey, going" in German?
No.
It's pretty easy to say "Wie geht's," but I don't know if it's different in Austrian. So I don't know if Austrian is actually a different language or a dialect.
Wow. Okay.
I'm here to derail you tonight, Rob. Be warned.
Why? What have I done to you?
Because I know you were on my side tonight. Okay, I'm not going to derail you.
Aardvark's in the house. Aquila. Live on Indiegogo. He's been getting around, man. Putting in some work. Good to see.
Cool.
Bailey Indoors here. Bretsky the Great. Mike, I think I've set up memberships, but I'm not 100% sure. Can you check? Like, is there a button to check if it works? Jasper's in the house. Heavy Merlin's in the house.
Let's have a look.
I don't know if I've seen Heavy Merlin before. Welcome.
Yeah, I've seen Heavy Merlin.
There's a join button. Memberships are live. Cool. Awesome. That's good to know.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh,
It might take time. You just turn it on?
yeah. I just turned
It
it
might
on.
take time to propagate.
Great. Awesome.
Oh no, it's in there. It's in with the super chats.
Beautiful.
Do you want to go through it? What you're doing?
Yes, I guess. I don't know. You got to walk me through this. This is my first time. I don't know what. You've been around the block quite a lot. I'm a newbie here.
Should I be your first member? I mean, I
Yes.
can cancel later. All right, I'm going to be your first member. Because then we can show what you get.
Why does the join button look so dusty? It is a brand new join button.
Hang on. What does this say? Oh,
Michael Bancroft, new member. Thank you, Mike. Wow, amazing.
And now I'm a rib. I'm a replicator.
You're a replicator. I thought KSS would like that one. Replicators, yes. Replicator.
What do I get as a replicator? I like that I get the rib emoji.
Does it work? Yeah.
Hang on, let me go back and I'll type something in there. I'm
calling me?
Stephen
Rockwood, new member.
Yeah, look. Yeah, but you know what? You got to make it a.
Yeah, I've got to get.
You got to make it a transparent PNG file. I see it's like a JPEG or something.
Yeah.
Because some people are in dark mode, some people are in light mode, and you want it to. You don't want to have a white background on it.
All right. Good. Well, I mean, we all got to start somewhere.
And you have to put emojis in the chat so that people will want to use them.
Okay. What? Like just type them out?
No. You got to put emojis for people to use who are members.
Okay.
In the chat, like I've got like the hail and the crack rock and the bow, all that sort of stuff. The coom, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, make it fun for people.
We're starting. We're starting from the start.
You've got 2.
It's 2. It's a fantastic.
Times that by 100, and you'll be up to me.
Jeez, guys. Jasper, riveting stuff. I don't know what's happened to Jasper in the last week. He's
salty. No, he's very angry. He promised he was salty. That's all right.
He's very angry.
It's okay to get salty every now and then.
I really need to up that rib. That is going to drive me insane. I'll get on.
Oh, you're on dark mode.
Yeah. Who doesn't live in dark mode, mate?
Me, I don't. I have my screen turned down really low for coloring purposes, so my eyes are fine.
Oh, I should tell everyone what I was thinking about for emojis.
We should have. Let's go. Badges. Stephen Rockwood says, "Oi, what about gears getting grounded? Like grinding gears?
Yes, that's a good
one.
Grinded.
Or gears. Like." You know that what's that film Inside Out with the anger where he's like his head is on fire and he's like should have one of them in there.
You wanted to make Star Wars disappear, that's why you're angry? Really, Jasper? Mo says, do the members get exclusive access to Rob's abstract replicator thumbnails? Yes. Kangaroo punching, Vegemite emoji. That's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. I had Rob Hawk, kangaroo. That's all I got.
Kangaroo
hunting. Maybe
that's
Rob
it. Well, you worked really hard on it tonight. You're a
Rob,
writer, aren't you?
Maybe Rob coming out of the kangaroo pouch, just a head popping out. What do you think? Too much?
But you got to remember, these are tiny. You can't tell a story with them.
Ryan Johnson doing excellent work with Camel today. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, you're going to show them?
Oh yeah, might as well.
Do I have to do everything?
Are you doing anything?
I'm drawing.
Camel moon. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, he's got the shield sort of too.
This is the sort of meme magic that you get. Oh, Jasper has a good idea in the chat.
Help wanted, artist wanted, colorist wanted emojis.
That's specific to
not
you.
Bad. John says steep membership fees. I prefer Camel Moon's method of tiers. Membership emojis are cute for the first week. This is brilliant though. Like the concerning thing about this is like how I was saying it before, how easily Camel's head has fitted on this body. Like it doesn't
look Photoshop detected.
Yeah. No, it looks amazing. Looks spot on.
And it not only does it fit right, it suits right. Like it looks like they go together.
I can't imagine Camel having a normal body after seeing this. Like this looks. I imagine this what his wife wakes up to. Chlamydia koala. That's a good one too. Jack says I've been
you don't need to just say every idea is great. Some of these ideas are rubbish.
Like what?
That's all right. They know it. Like chlamydia koala.
That's pretty funny, I thought. What's been going on, mate? What's news? What's happening with you?
Oh, just kicking ass, being a YouTuber.
You are killing it, to be fair.
Growing the channel.
Mate, are we in the category of you becoming like ZHC? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't know what that is.
ZHC, he was an artist that...
Oh, yeah, he's got the aqua hair.
Yeah. He wanted to be a Marvel artist, and he became a successful YouTuber.
He ended up being way, way magnitudes richer than Marvel could ever pay them.
Yeah.
I've never seen him do any art that I was really impressed by. Though.
He was actually pretty good, but I don't know like how soon he quit, like gave up. Oh wow, I do have lots of tabs open. I didn't think I had any open. I need to close some of these down.
Why is Mo? They did this yesterday when I said HBO. Why is this deal with like? Do we say H funny or what? Do you say H or H?
I don't know now. And now if I try and say H, it'll be H. I don't know.
Stephen Rockwood says yes. Says something unusual. What? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I said HBO yesterday, and everyone was like writing weird things in the chat.
Mo says, notice how when Bancroft focuses on it, he says H, but otherwise says H.
No. My natural thing to say is H. So there's no sound. That's my natural thing. I don't know if you agree with that, Mo. Or what?
H. Right. Okay. Well, this is Hesh. I don't even know. Bancroft, I've got some questions for you this week.
Whoa.
I don't know if they'll be any good, but I have some somewhere. I don't know where they've gone. All right. So with streams, mate, what do you do when Ethan is streaming? Basically, let's throw it all out there. You got a stream set up. You got a video set up. What do? You just go through with it?
Well, that's two different things.
All right. Well, let's figure it out.
You said you got a stream set up. I never change my stream times ever. They're set in stone. Like, well, as long as I've scheduled it, that's not getting changed. Especially if it's one of the late night with Comics Kate. They're on at 11 p.m. Unless it's a Saturday, and then it's at 9 p.m. But that's a bit different. But yeah, for the most part, I just set them, and whoever goes live goes live. If you start worrying about that, you'll just be continuously making adjustments for the bigger fish. And even Ethan has bigger fish. I don't know if Ethan would want to go head to head against Friday Night Tights or Yellow Flash, for example. Maybe he would. Maybe he doesn't care. But you just got to power through, I think.
Robbie
and Jasper's right. Yeah, there's like different people are in different streams for different reasons. Like Ethan's not going to be able to pull up all these comments and questions and address them. So there is more interaction in the smaller streams. And often the smaller streams are talking about something different. Usually there's a reason why the streams are smaller streams.
Yep. Dave Brinks for €5, I think that is. You're an inspiration, Rob. A constant reminder that anyone can make it in comics. Thanks. Thanks, man. I appreciate
Brilliantly
that.
Put.
I appreciate the way you said it too, you know. So, but like videos is a different story.
Videos, we learned very quickly. Because, yeah, since the very beginning, I used to actually stream up against Ethan every day. It was just an everyday thing. So I was used to it. And I never stopped doing that. Some people will start streams, some people won't. But the videos, they're like, people will not choose a video. I'm talking about premieres. People will not choose a video premiere over a stream. That's just, people don't do that. Not enough anyway. So I will, like, I had a video today and I had it ready to go. It was all loaded in YouTube. And then Ethan went live and I was like, well, all right, I guess I'll put it out whenever he stops.
Was it set up? Was it already set up though? Like, was it ready?
No.
Have a timer yet?
No, if I've done that, then it's it's too late.
Heavy Merlin says Ethan will stream over Ballers and Camel, but not Yellow Flash. I wonder if that's just like a coincidence thing, or do you think he does that intentionally? Like he looks at Yellow Flash and thinks, "I'm not going to stream because."
I get the idea from Ethan that he probably just doesn't look, like he just goes live. That's the feeling I get from Ethan. He's not like going through YouTube to see who's on, who's not. He's just, I want to go live, I'm going live. That's the feeling I get. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I think.
Well, Jack says, never watch Kings.
I think he said that.
I find the implication of it offensive. John says,
well, I don't think you have to take it that literally, Jack. I don't think he's actually saying they're the kings. It's just a name. It's like, I don't know, like a meme sort of thing. I like the idea of kings. I think for me, it's like more outreach because it's mainstreamers. And the idea is it's a place where ex-mainstream professionals can come and talk where they've been sort of cancelled. But like, I'm less about that stuff. I'm more into the sort of crowdfunding side of stuff. But it's pretty popular. So I think there's a lot of people who are, they really love the idea of seeing these guys who they have read comics with, from Marvel and DC and Image and all
that. John says, I dislike premieres, no offense. None taken. I can understand how you feel that way.
I think it's just a good little way to kickstart a video. You can just put it up and away you go. I like the interaction. I like having an opportunity to hang with the chat every day, even if it's only a 10-15 minute video. You get to hang out and just talk shit. And the cool thing about it is the chat disappears in a premiere, never to be seen again. You can be a bit cheeky in those chats because they're not long for this world.
So you can say stuff that you wouldn't say.
Well, I mean, that's up to you.
What's up, Simo? I acknowledge you. Mo says Rob doesn't like to talk politics, but the Rob Hawk is clearly center left. Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that. Scrolling down. Man, I know I say this, and there's nothing I can do. I wish Ethan had like scheduled regular stream times. That would be so much easier for everybody.
It would definitely make streaming in Comicsgate a little bit easier. That's true. Yeah. I'm checking Perth's assertion here that the chat doesn't disappear.
Oh. Joseph says, I got to ask if I found Mike's videos very interesting or not interested on Mike's last video. I think the algorithm is noticing the pre-recorded videos. Okay, interesting. Perth says, like the consistent time of Camel, Ballers, and Jack Show. I like shows that have like a scheduled time. I got to say, it makes it easier to watch them.
Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, that's why. And I think just YouTube likes it better. Like all these people who say I get punished for my live streams and I have to take them down or put them on a separate channel. Most of them are making regularly updated short single issue videos and then doing just random 4-hour streams where they do all sorts of zany stuff on them. So it makes sense that you're gonna mess with your channel interaction every time you do that. Whereas, like, if you do it regular at a fixed time, keep it to a length that is rewatchable. Not many people are going to rewatch 4-hour, 5-hour streams unless they're really invested in that person.
I wish someone would cut all the best stuff and like put it together. That'd be great.
Comicsgate is Comics Great does a pretty good job, but he's kind of focused on only a couple of channels.
John says, I understand how it can be positive. I dislike them because I get a notification that I think is a live stream. That's a fair point, Bancroft. Is that something that we have to change? Like make it clear in the title of the video that it's an actual video?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Cool. Awesome.
Like the videos, everything I do, I mean, I don't want to make something that my existing audience would hate or not be interested in at all, obviously. But the videos are for people who haven't seen my channel before, don't know me yet. That's what they're for.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to watch the premieres and come and hang out in the chat, I love that. Yes, great. But I like like the titles that I use, the thumbnails, and everything. It's as best as I know how to encourage them getting picked up by the algorithm. So, and people that you notice when it gets picked up. A normal video, the trajectory will go like that and it'll just flatten off.
Yeah.
If you get picked up by the algorithm, it'll go like that.
Why do you think you're getting picked up lately, though? Like, do you think there's
it only started after I reached 3,000 subs. So I think it's a bunch of different things. It's like how big your channel is, how on point the topic of the thing is, how interesting it is, how many likes the video gets, how long people watch it, all that sort of stuff.
Mo says, I never pester my subscribers with notifications. Yes, fair enough. Not complaining, just give my opinion. 79 says, I can't watch all of Comicsgate's content. I have to make choices about who I watch and who I back. Yeah. Jasper says, I'm surprised the Batgirl thing got coverage from every channel. Are you? I'm not, though. Are you, Mike? Are you surprised by that?
No, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun news. It's like, it's pretty hilarious. And I think it's just, I mean, obviously it's terrible for the people who made the actual movie, but that's really it. Unless you're a massive fan of Batgirl, which, I mean, anyone? How many people are out there like that? But across the board, it's just a win for everyone. It's just, and it's just funny. It's just funny that they, had to scrap this $70 million project because it was going to be terrible from the start. It was terrible at the end. And yeah, and then they're saying, oh, why are you scrapping this? You're going to lose so much money. And they would have lost so much money if they had to continue. They had to cut it off at a certain point and say, we can't afford to lose any more money on this thing.
How can you afford to like just flush $60 million down the drain though?
Well, it's not about, it's about
That's crazy.
Like, can you afford to spend another $150 million on this thing? It's more that. It's about cutting your losses. And yeah.
Justice says, I'm a Batgirl fan. I didn't even know they made a movie. 7 of 9. Why do I pay attention to you people? I don't know. I mean, it's great to have you here. Jack says, it's amazing CG can have all this content, even if it isn't 100% in line with each other, better than TV. Cutting losses, hurting the brand. Yeah, okay. I got another question for you, Bancroft. Someone the other day mentioned to me they can't stand the sales, right? The sales that people put on because it cheapens or, it kind of makes what they've backed a little bit redundant or they're getting screwed over kind of thing. What do you think about that first? And then I had a solution. I don't know if it's any good, but I'll run it through you, past you guys.
I think they have a point. Like, I mean, if you're sitting on stock, that can be an issue for any business. It's just sort of sitting there unsold, taking up space, and it's just money you've invested that you need to recoup. So I understand why people want to do it. But at the same time, every time you put on a sale, every time sales go on, it ends up being a race to the bottom where other people feel like they should go on sale as well and to compete and get more sales and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, considering it was a lot of this stuff was sold as, premium kind of backer focused stuff, crowdfunded. I reckon a lot of people might think, oh, why will I back the crowdfund when I can just wait a year and get it on sale somewhere else eventually? So I expect that will probably start to happen a bit more, but it's up to the person. Like, do you want it now? Do you want to be one of the first people to read it? Do you want to invest in the creator? Then yeah, get the crowdfund. If you just want the book for as cheap as possible, probably best to wait. But then again, there's no guarantee because a lot of people don't do that. I certainly won't be putting my copies of Waking Dream on sale. In fact, they're probably going to go up. If I have any left by the time Painted Death goes live, I'll probably put them up another $5, however many are left.
What do you guys think in chat? Like, what do you think of like sales, like the flash sales? Does that something that really pisses you off, or you don't care? You're happy like backing the Indiegogo and getting it first? Like, is that good enough? Is that a good enough kind of reward? Jasper says, I complained about Steve Rude offering a discount on the artist edition I paid $250 for, but it came with a shit ton of stretch goals and extras. Any book I crowdfund, this is Dave, won't be available through the web store until 1 year after the end of the campaign.
I work for a company. We do sales all the time. Like, probably every month we'll do a sale, and then we'll do 2 big sales during the like the end of financial year, and then for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people do get annoyed that they just bought something at full price and then the next day it's whatever % off. But look, I think that's just the way business works. And I understand, people get annoyed by that. I don't see any way around it though. If you've bought a lot of things and they're just sitting there in your warehouse, you got to get rid of them because you got to make room for new stuff. Everyone's wanting new stuff. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to put on a sale, or are you going to hire out another warehouse to put it all in?
It's hard though, man. Like I get it. Like it's a business. You should be able to have sales, but I also get the flip side is like these people are the ones that actually got us there. We can't. It feels wrong to just go and chuck it on sale.
Yeah,
for
but
got
us there, got us where? Like
got us funded, got us to print it, got us to complete it.
Okay, but a lot of the times when people are putting something on sale, it's like quite old at that point. Like everyone who originally wanted to get on it, got on it originally, and now there's just a lot of time has passed, and it's time to move that product so we can get out new stuff. There's certainly like if there was anything that was sort of like a campaign exclusive, because I know that there's a lot of collectors out there, they might get a bit annoyed if that happens, if there's a campaign exclusive that ends up getting sold for cheaper or whatever, that they were told was only available on the campaign. That would be probably a bit worse. But I think in general, it's just like, I think it's just, business. It's just selling stuff on. I mean, it's selling stuff anywhere, really. Most people understand. I go on.
The worst thing I've seen is someone having a campaign with a book and offering it. I don't know what the percentage off was, but it was during the actual campaign. That was
it was 50% off.
That was insane. I've never.
We can talk about it. We need to beat around the bush.
Seen anything like that? That's not that completely disrespectful. That was crazy.
Yeah, people hadn't even received their perks yet, and Liam put the books on half price or something.
Absolutely insane. Let me read some of these comments here. Crackhead says, doesn't really bother me personally. I understand the argument. Mo says, would it
look? I think just more than the argument is, like some people are going to say, well, I'm probably not going to back you first day like I used to if I can wait a year and get it half price.
Yeah,
but that's the risk that they take because there might not be stock available. So at that point.
Mo says, would it bother backers if I released ARO in Walmart for less money before they got their copies? Fair point. Noran says, I like sales and seeing people get a deal. When I back a campaign, I want to see the number go up and help the creator, not so much getting it for lower price at that point. 7 of 9 exclusive shouldn't be put on sale, burn the extras. Michael says, doesn't make me mad, however, might make me less likely to back crowdfunding in general if I can think I can wait out a campaign for a better price. Fair. Lots of good comments.
Yeah, that's I think more likely what's going to happen, and I think that's fine. And then there's a lot of people who will like. A lot of people don't like waiting a long period of time after they've spent money to when they get the book, and that's understandable as well. And if you're one of those people, that's probably better for you then to just skip the crowdfunding phase, especially if it's someone who you know is going to like. As long as it's not John Malin, as long as it's not. Who else? Like, I don't know, Kenneth Roquefort or someone. But it's like most people will print extras and sell them afterwards. Just wait until that. Wait until they're up on CG Now.
All right. Well, we're going to get to my idea in a second. We'll see if it's any good. Bretsky the Great says, if you label something exclusive to the crowdfund, then that thing should never be on sale later. If there's no designation on the items, then it's a free for all. I don't think many people put like it's for this campaign only or however you want to word it, Mike. I don't see that like ever.
Not often. You're right.
We got 60 people in here, which is fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Please hit that like and subscribe if you would. That'd be great. Jack says someone offered the book for half off while the campaign was still on. Yeah, they did. It was don't get it, man. That was crazy. Jasper says, I get more bothered when books stay in print forever with no indication of new printing. All right. Chat is just going off here. So I'll tell you my idea. You guys let me know in chat what you think. So it's not perfect, right? But what about...
No one expects perfection from you.
No, I know. What about if the guarantee was that the book you back on Indiegogo was a first printing, right? and maybe there's like an extra 200 copies just to make sure, there's no problems with over orders or anything like that kind of thing. Just so you cover however many books plus 200, for example. They're all first edition printed. Any other books that go on sale after that are second editions. What do you think, Mike?
Probably a good way to cost yourself a bit of money. Because
of the printing?
Because of the printing, the more you print, the cheaper the cost to print it. So the more profit you can make. I would suggest to anyone who is, printing books, print as many as you can afford to make, regardless of how many you sold. I mean, within reason. And that way you'll always have them. And then whatever money you make them afterwards, selling them on your website or on eBay or whatever, you're just making money off that. Every time, if you go in for a second printing, you're just paying that yourself again now. Like, that's your money now. So I don't know. It seems like a good way to spend money when you don't really need to.
All right.
That's my take.
I mean, everything you said makes sense, like perfectly. So what's the solution? I still got 23 odd first edition Lucents. I would have another 500, but they all got wrecked and I binned them. If I wanted to make print second editions, which I will be doing for the Painted Death campaign, then I'm going to have to fork out $5,000-$6,000 of my own money to print them, so I can sell them for cheaper somewhere. Like it's just like people paid me to print these things. Why not? Because it doesn't cost much more to print another 500. Or whatever. You are right. So is there a solution that works for people that makes that like tolerable?
That's what I'll be doing, Richard Falk. Richard Falk says, I've seen some creators offer the leftover first printings as a tier on the next campaign at a higher price. That's what I'll be doing. I will have a second print available with a brand new cover. And if there's any of these left, I'll offer them probably for 30, 35 or something like that as first edition prints. There'll only be a handful left at that stage, I'm guessing, if there are any. I don't know there's a solution, Rob, but it's just like do whatever you think is right for your customers at the same time while catering to new customers. I don't really know what else you can really do.
It's tough. I don't know what the answer is. I feel like people would get pissed off when you have sales, and I think that's understandable. I get what you're saying, that you can't really print a second run just for printing a second run because it's going to cost you heaps more money. I don't know. I don't know. This is Death by Joe Ball. I like bringing up campaigns when creators pop in the chat because it's like 3 or 4 a.m. in America, so it's it's appreciated. He's killing it, man. He's doing so well. He's like $56,000. Yeah, like one backer away from $57,000. If anyone wants to put him over, that'd be awesome. Collection edition, Rob, you have 3 books. Yeah, that's coming. Dave says, yes, the last copies of the first printing can be sold for a higher price.
Joe Ball just thanked me. Thanks, Joe Ball.
Said, hey, thanks, Rob.
I did nothing. Yeah, but he thanked me as well.
Yeah, well, that's pretty
common. Absolutely nothing. You get my VB sign into the...
If you do more printings in the future, just put on the inside cover page that it's a second or third, just like novels and other comic books do. Yeah, I mean that's what people should be doing.
Well, I think it's comics. Put a new cover on it. I mean, put a new cover on it. I mean, still say second printing or whatever, but I mean, unless you really don't, unless your cover was that awesome that, everyone asked for that one again.
What do you guys have
sound, Rob?
Do you guys have any thoughts of like how it should be done, or you just don't care? Because I know people do. I know some people do care. Timberwolf says, guys, does Indiegogo link all of the pre-launch page lead? Yes, the pre-launch page does lead to the actual campaign page when it's live. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it auto feeds through.
That's one of the good things they do.
I don't think it's so much like what do you think people should do? Everyone has a different opinion. I think it's just each person will vote with their wallet. So if it annoys someone that creators sell stuff later on for cheaper than what they backed it as, then those people, if they choose, can just choose to buy it later. I don't think it's like we don't need to create rules for anyone.
Mate, that's what we do here. We make rules.
That's what you try to do.
People listen to them or don't listen to them. Justice says you could do a color variation of the same art for the second print or a sketch cover.
That's what you did, Rob.
Did I?
Yeah, you did a color variation on the remastered, didn't you?
Yeah, that was cool, actually. I liked it in the back there. Lucent 2. Pain of Death graphic novel. Sign up to win one of 10 new books.
How's that going? What's this voice you're doing?
I don't know. I started it and now I can't stop.
Let's not do that. We don't do that here.
New covers.
It's going very well. What's that?
New covers. People are saying.
Dude, yeah, I think so. This is comic. Let's put out new covers. Like, we don't need to reprint the same old cover that we had.
Are you launching this year?
I hope so.
God, it's scary, isn't it, man? Like it's August already. Things take so much time to get done. Is it going to happen, Mike? I don't know if it is. I think you may push it to next year.
The thing is, a lot of us guys, I don't get to. Some days I get to work only a couple of hours on the book, and I hate those days. I get so frustrated because of that. And I know that there's guys out there who are like, I mean, it's up to them. Like, do I want to work 8 hours on my book today or 12 or whatever? Like, I would love that luxury, even on days that I have that are days off. It's like, oh, but you've got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that, like family stuff or whatever. Things come up. And and then that's another day lost. And then these days turn into weeks, and then weeks turn into months, and then you're right. It just like comes so quickly. That's like everything that I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get to the point where I can spend 8 to 12 hours a day working on the Lucent. But until that day comes, I can't. I can't put a book out without knowing exactly how long it's going to take me to finish it and get it out. I just can't do that again. I don't want to be put in that position again.
It's stressful, isn't it, man?
Like, people are saying, "Where's the book?" And I'm like, I know exactly how much work I have to do, but then at the same time, stuff like life stuff happens and work stuff happens, and then you're like,
yeah, like look at Joe Thunderbuns, man. He's been through it all, trying to get his book out.
Joe was going to have Outliers out in May.
Yeah,
like, he actually had a stream lined up, a launch stream in May. What does Alanis Morissette say? No, is it? No, it's not Alanis Morissette. Who says that?
I've got one hand in my pocket, the other smoking a cigarette.
No, life is what happens while you're busy making. No, that was John Lennon, wasn't it? Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
What do you think of Jasper's comment here, Mike? Don't campaign during Christmas seasons.
That's probably a good. I think that's probably good advice.
So that's December gone. probably January gone too, because you know people spend
campaigns
all the money.
2 months, so
that's November.
You don't be
as well.
closing out during Christmas.
Tough, so it's already too late, basically, is what you're saying.
Nah, it's not too. Well, it may be for me. I don't know. Like,
you got September, October, November. Not long, man. It's not looking good for this year. That is what I'm saying. How is Joe Thunderbuns? I love Joe. Asked Jack.
He's all right. He was going to stream tonight with me, and then I said everyone's streaming tonight, and I'd only be able to do the 30-minute anyway. I got like so much work on, so I just said let's just put a pin in it for tonight. I'll put my video out, and we'll come back tomorrow. So hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. He's just going through crazy life shit.
McShort says, any just art books coming from you both? No, I don't think so. I don't think that is
no plans for an art book.
Mel says, this is depressing. I'm sorry, Mel.
Well, it's just the reality of it. It's like and Mel gives me a lot of time to work on my book.
She does. It amazes me. It amazes me.
I take that at every opportunity.
Yeah.
But even so, when you got to sleep, and I didn't sleep that much. I sleep about 6 or 7 hours a night. And then you got to work. That's 8 hours. You got to have lunch. Maybe that's half an hour. Dinner. That's another half an hour. Time with the kids. That's another hour and a half. And then there's this other commitments that happen. How much left in the day is there to like work on books? It's freaking tough.
Has Joe not sent this out yet? Has he not sent out the Outliers preview?
Oh, I thought he had.
I'll get it.
I'll ask him tomorrow.
Yeah. Ask him tomorrow. Ryan says Irene would have already done a 60-day and been into man with her second book if the printers weren't fucking with her. Replicator 3 and Starlight Cat's campaign period was over Christmas. Was it? Oh, that's not a smart idea from me. Oh well. Next time. What else you got going on, Mike? We caught up, you, Mel, your kids, and my wife, and me. God, that was painful.
And your kid?
And my kid, yeah. And my kid. It was good. It was good. I feel kind of cheated that I bought you a beer now after how much money you made on your birthday stream. I feel like you
I'll get the next one. I'll get the next one, Rob. How about that? We'll just go somewhere cheaper where they don't cost $14 a beer.
That was crazy. Beers should not be that expensive. What should we do? We should go roo hunting together, but Michael. I reckon the chat
roo hunting
would like that. Yeah.
Do you honestly roo hunt?
No. But maybe we could get a boomerang and give it a whirl.
Where would we get a gun from? You need a license.
No, a boomerang. I said, not a gun.
A boomerang.
Yeah.
You want to just make kangaroos angry by throwing sticks at them?
Yes.
And where are we going to get this boomerang?
You've got a boomerang. You show me.
Tribe?
You got a boomerang.
A boomerang? What are you talking about? I don't have a boomerang.
Yeah, $14.
Show you any
Jack.
boomerang?
Unbelievable. You know when you're like, yeah, I'll have two
fancy beer.
I'll have like 2 beers, please. And you're like, yeah, sweet. That'll be like, $10. Like nearly 30. Unbelievable. No guns, guys. We don't have guns here. So
we do have guns actually. There's more guns than Australians.
Is there
really?
There's
30 odd million guns. Yeah. No, but there's lots of guns in Australia. It's just they're not particularly easy to get a hold of. You got to have licenses. You got to have reasons to have them. Self-defense is not considered a valid reason. So you got to be hunting. You got to be in a club. You got to have a farm where you've got to protect your livestock.
Americans would not like it here. They really wouldn't.
No, Americans leave here. That happens a lot. The British come, they stay. Americans come, they leave. They stay for a few years and they can't take it, and they're like, I got to get out.
Yeah, I mean, you understand why people in England leave. It's cold, grey, and miserable. In Australia, is at least warm and hot with beaches.
Yeah, Australia's like a warmer England, but we're still. It's like, I mean, it's the Commonwealth. The head of state is the Queen, but they're both kind of, they have a different idea of government. So.
Jasper says, I remember a flurry of campaigns launched in February this year because December and January are generally low spending months. Yeah.
But look, the thing is with the Lucent and with your book, Rob, is you either pay for it now and wait to get it.
Yeah.
Or you wait now, pay for it, and then get it. Which one do you prefer? I think most people, especially the people who get really annoyed having to wait, would say, I'll wait now and then pay for it like closer to when it's done. Like, it's not having it live is not going to make me somehow magically be able to draw it any quicker.
I think I'm rolling.
You are. How did that happen? How did you know that?
I can see my little internet thing has gone unstable.
It's like you're fine for the first hour and then your internet says, nah. 7 says, my right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It will be infringed here. It will be heavily infringed, 7. You best stay where you are if you want to exercise that right. We didn't even really have the right to self-defense in Australia. It's not really a thing.
No, like we like have someone like trying to rob your house, and if they hurt themselves, you get in trouble.
Yeah,
that happens here, doesn't it? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So there was stupid. A girl in a park. There's a park in anyway, it's in Melbourne, and it's a bit notorious for struggle snuggles. You know what I mean? Grapes.
Yeah, the raps.
Yeah. And I think it's because the actual area is a very nice suburb.
Yeah.
So a lot of young women feel completely safe just sort of running around at night, doing exercises or whatever.
It's not your suburb, is it?
No, but I know where it is. Anyway, there was like a couple of them that happened over a span of about 5 or so years. So a local woman would carry a pepper spray when she jogged. Anyway, it happened to her. Someone tried and she pepper sprayed him. She got done for assault.
That's unbelievable.
And she didn't get done for assault. She got done for carrying an unauthorized weapon, or like using an unauthorized, so whatever.
Mo says, just buy one sheep and say the gun is to protect it. I assume that's a reason Rob keeps that sheep in his closet. Mo. Damn. Oh, gosh. Wolf Creek.
You did smell a little bit of sheep when we met, Rob. I noticed that. So what is that pungent musk on Rob?
Have you seen that? I think it's the South African invention where a woman inserts this thing.
Yeah, it's like a vagina dentata.
Yeah, it's
apparently that's been around a while.
Yeah.
I don't know how realistic it is.
That movie is effing dark. Yeah. It's good though. Richard says, and I don't mind waiting years for a comic. I owned a comic shop and you had to order months in advance, even for the big two. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think a lot of us don't mind, Richard, but there's still a lot of pressure from people who do. And you ask every time we ask, it's like, how long is an acceptable wait period after the campaign? And most people will say about 6 months. And I tend to agree, but I think especially if you're working on a big book, and you're full time with another job.
You're at 96
a lot
pages,
of us,
aren't you?
Yeah, something like that. And and a lot of us, we've got families, young families, kids need a lot of time, that sort of stuff. It's not, it's fine to say 6 months. Well, that 6 months applies to a guy who's working on it full time, a guy who's working on it with a team of people, and a guy who's doing it all himself with a full-time job as well. So, yeah, everyone's in a slightly different situation, so we all have to set it up differently. Like, Ethan is a big advocate for the whole crowdfunding side of it. It's like you crowdfund, people are investing in the product, and then they're paying for the creation of it. Whereas others are more like, no, I want to get my book done beforehand because I don't want to deal with that stress, because they're probably not in the same position where they don't have hours upon hours available to them every day to work on their books. Some of them maybe are only working on them on the weekends. I don't know.
Do you think there's really like that much bigger difference between what Ethan and Ripper are doing? Like, one's crowdfunding and one's pre-ordering. Like, is there really is it completely different? Like, to me, it's kind of very similar.
No, it's totally different.
Totally different?
Totally different. It's different. Yes, it's absolutely. It's a different approach. It's a different. It's a different mentality. Like, when you crowdfund something, you are, and that was the point of his sort of controversial tweet, was these things aren't called, and Ethan's drawing it, whereas Ripper isn't. Like, Ripper, I presume, wrote it, or at least developed the writing. I don't actually know 100%. But with Rippers, you're just buying a product, and he's put the skin of a crowdfund and a campaign on it for the whole marketing of it. But other than that, I mean, there's no real difference to buying off his site and buying on Amazon's. Whereas with Ethan's or a lot of ours, it's like you are investing in a campaign, like a literal campaign, where they have perks for the campaign. You're not actually buying product. It's you receive rewards for making an investment. Like, that's the legal definition of crowdfunding, and it's there specifically so that you're not shopping legally for tax reasons and everything. So there is a whole different approach to it. I think it's quite different. Yeah.
This is another point. Ripper is a whole different thing. Once he gets going with 2 more campaigns this year, he'll be churning them out faster. I think there is got to be some sort of argument to make Bancroft that launching around whenever he closes or launches may be a really good idea for whoever's thinking about it. What do you think about that? Agree, disagree? What do you guys in chat think too?
No, I don't buy into this thing that Ripper is like just gonna take all the attention away. I think it's actually the opposite. I think, yeah, people, as long as and I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, as long as law goes off without a hitch, there's thousands of people who are coming in and thinking, oh, buying comic books off YouTube, off the internet, this is new. What else is out there? What else is available? I think that's that's a real thing. And yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of people, including myself, have been doing Ripper videos.
Yeah.
Just trying to see if we can, catch some of the rays shining down from the Ripperverse ourselves.
Noran Rad says, Ethan said he'd do a Ripper cover. It'll sell like crazy. Yeah, that'd be really good for both of them, I think. Justice says, Eric will not pump the brakes at this point. That's how it should be. I asked this the other day, and people got, I won't say angry, but defensive.
They just got upset at you, Rob.
Yeah. Do you think the second issue of what he does will be as popular as the first? That's the question. What do you think?
They're saying you're drama farming. Is that what they were saying?
Yes, I don't know. They just got a bit defensive. And I'm just like,
You're just not familiar with how the Rob Arnold mind works. Look, considering it is normal, regular buying,
yeah,
let's start with the assumption that what's happening with Rippaverse will be more like what happened with the birth of Comicsgate, with the big bang of Jawbreakers Lost Souls, which had 10,000 backers. And then conversely, things started to cool off as this kind of novelty wore off. Yeah. So for him to grow now, he's going to have to do two things very well. He's going to have to keep the momentum up on the YouTube end. And that's where Ethan is different to your boy Zach. So, Ethan really lent in hard on the Comicsgate side of things, and he ended up growing from his campaigns. And your boy Zach sort of put that to the side and did other things, and then his campaign, he's not getting anywhere near at least with a $25 book, 10,000 backers. So yeah, if Ripper keeps up the momentum, which I assume he would, it looks like he is, and then on top of that, people actually have to like the Rippaverse and become invested in the story and the characters. So that's another thing too. People that will start to matter a lot in terms of how many people will come back for more and more. But I don't see any, in the long run, that could actually end up getting higher and higher.
Yeah, it could, couldn't it?
If it's really popular and people get really invested in the long run, having a good story, good characters and everything can bring more people in than a hype train can. Word of mouth is if you can get word of mouth going, that's
devil's advocate for a second. And there's some good comments in chat as well. I guess the reason why I'm asking it is because it's blown up, right? Everywhere is covering it. He's been on Fox News. He's been everywhere. All the channels are talking about it. Are they going to talk about it next time, or does it not? That's
matter? The thing. That's where it'll go off. That sort of thing. This sort of whole crazy explosion. Even if he does 3 million again. The next round, it's like the moon landing. Eventually people just it's another Ripper's getting another 3 million. So what? Next news story. Yeah. So that's where he's gonna have to keep up his momentum on his end with the YouTube, grow his channel. Eventually it's gonna get to the point where the Rippaverse itself will have to hit. And people will have to get really invested in the characters and the story and everything. So we'll see. This is all speculation from my end. I haven't done anywhere near this, but this is what I'm thinking it's going to be like.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. Michael says, if this first book is good, he should grow momentum. If the book is a disappointment, who knows? Mo says, I would advise Ripper not to ship out his books in sandpaper envelopes with no bag or board.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah. And make sure the text isn't blurry.
Jack says, but the comic has to be popular and successful and relatable. Not sure about that.
We don't know. I mean, they look great. They look like... I think he was really smart with what he's done. It's because his whole thing is, and someone asked this today, what has Ripper done that's so different? And he's done a lot of things really well, but I think probably the best thing he did was he said, all right, let's actually give them an alternative, a proper alternative. Everyone, you're used to reading Marvel and DC universes. Well, let's give you a new universe. But he didn't put out a weird dream book about a girl who does magic handstands. He put out something that they can relate to, that they already know about. Superhero book. There's villains, there's superheroes, they're in suits, they've got powers, and then even the style, it's sort of like a house style. He's used Gabe as the colorist. He's like the kind of quintessential DC house style colorist. Like his work looks like what you find in mainstream. So it was really, I think he did really well with that. Like that's why he's captured a lot of these quote unquote normies, as well as his kind of core base from his channel.
I wonder how much his channel is growing too, because of the fact that ISM is blown up and all everyone's talking. Yeah, I'd be interested in how many people he's actually added. Because
we can look at that. We have the technology.
Xavier says, in my humble opinion, Eric will continue to slay as long as ISM is a good read. Richard says Ripper's second would be bigger as long as he offers the first issue with. That's another good point, man. That's
another great point. Yeah, as each book comes in, that's a more opportunity to raise the average order value. So even if he sells fewer copies, and I think this is what Ethan did. I don't know the exact numbers on this stuff from Blood Honey to Wreck Planet, but you would assume that considering he has Blood Honey to sell and all the other stuff to sell that he's done in the meantime on Wrecked Planet, even if the total backer number drops, the average order value goes up. And that's what you see on guys like the Lady Death campaigns. The average order values on those things are just through the charts. Because there's years of back things that they can offer on as well. So that's a good point. Even if the sort of 24-hour news cycle side of it wanes, he keeps pumping out stuff. He could just make up for it with back issues and other stuff. That's a good point. All right. Young Ripper.
Characters have to hit. The design is there. Josh says Eric is hiring employees, so his projects will overlap and he can add more contractors. Jack says it will stop being novel unless there is a movie or something, a one-trick pony. McShort says ISM won't make as much unless the first book is amazing. People will not come back if it sucks.
ISM is just one book in the Ripperverse. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking there'll be other books. Like, I don't know how many exactly. But you would think if he's going to do a universe, it'd be at least 3 different books. Like ISM and something else. I don't know. That's the way I'm envisioning it anyway.
He's going to have to make a decision at some point what book's next. Like if ISM goes out and it reviews really well and people love it, you would think like he goes straight to the second one. But if it doesn't do so well, I mean, does he pivot? Does he do a different IP? That's going to be interesting to see. Heavy Merlin wants to know what's going on with your right hand, Bancroft. I don't know what he's talking about.
I went to work and I wear this at work and people say, "Oh, what'd you do to your hand?" Right. It's a drawing glove. It makes my hand run smoothly over the tablet. That's all. And it means I can hold the pen with my fingers. It's the latest craze. Yeah, so you can see here, this is when, like, normally this is what he gets is like this. He get 1K every other day or something.
Yeah.
But when he launched, it was like every day, bang, 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 2K, 3K, 2K. His numbers went up. So, look, I think if he continues launching them, he'll get a nice little boost. These numbers are just, in a whole nother ball game. But actually, the funny thing is, Eric July's channel in the scheme of YouTube is not...
It's tiny.
It's not that massive. It's massive for us. It's enormous for us. And it's more than anyone would ever need to make a living. But in terms of YouTube, there's guys who, got tens of millions. They pick up and lose 10,000, 20,000 every day. But it's all growing. Never got
Jack
100,000 views in a day.
I know it sounds petty, but in CG, people need to like the creator to buy their book because of this kind of interaction. I agree. Yeah. I will back people purely off who they are. I'll back books off how good they look, true. But yeah, it makes it much easier.
How
when you
good the
like
person looks?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's just say yes. Here, Lethal Diva says he has multiple teams. Rob, pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you would need to.
Yeah. Timberwolf says, what Ripper has done is good for everyone here, in my opinion. He brought new eyes to the scene, so that's awesome. For me personally, it did not click. I did not click with the story, lore, etc. Yeah, I mean, me neither, really. It's not really, hasn't really grabbed my attention, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big superhero guy anymore. And the ones that I like, that's a great comment by Jeremy. If I will buy a superhero story, I'm much more likely to buy something with a style like Roquefort or Shelby Robertson, or even Patrick Thomas Parnell, who has a quirky style. So the house style, yeah, for me as well, it's never really actually been my thing, but it's the house style for a reason. It's the sort of standard in professional comics. So if you want to reach out to the broadest base of people possible, yeah, go house style, superhero comics, good looking women, muscly men, powers, and action. And yeah, he's done all that. So it's it should pay off.
Are people sick of superhero books though? Like, are you guys in chat sick of
You may
superhero
be.
books?
I don't think people. I think in general, like most people aren't. I think people are sick of Marvel and DC superhero books. But as well, like you got to remember, comics have not been geared towards the proper demographic of superhero readers for a long time, which is 12 to 18-year-olds. Or whatever.
Richard, yes, popularity with the creators, within the creators, plays a big factor. That's why I haven't backed Lucent or Replicator yet.
I'm hoping to get you one day, Richard.
One day.
Yeah, no, look, obviously, like, certain books are just not for people. That's it. I'm exactly the same. There's lots of books that everyone raves about that I just haven't backed because I'm like, it's just not really my bag. Maybe I'll get them one day. Maybe I won't. It's not an issue. It's just normal. And everyone who makes a book that isn't the standard sort of thing understands that that it might just not be for everyone.
Mo says there are so many superhero books, upwards of 5 out of hundreds.
I know someone said today, what was it? It was in a chat somewhere. Someone was like, yeah, there's too many superhero books in CG. And I was like, what? It's the exact opposite. They're actually a rarity. And they do really well. It's just I just don't think many people want to make them.
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys from the mainstream are completely burnt out on superhero books. Jasper says, I'm less attracted to Cape books these days, but I bought signed copies of them. Xevious, I'm not into all superheroes, but I bought Ison because I like Erica's personality. It's easily worth $30. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
A lot of people are jumping on this Ison and the Ripperverse because they want it to succeed, because they want Ripper's dream of an alternative to the mainstream to happen. And think about it, if it can happen, how he envisions it, with multiple books coming out yearly. So that requires pencilers, inkers, colorists, flatters, letterers, writers, whatever. Multiple teams of that working alongside each other, and then a warehouse team and a fulfillment team. He could be one of the biggest employers of comic book people in the industry outside of the big two eventually. Like, we're talking, what are we talking? I mean, he's going to need 30 people to fulfill this campaign. That's just minimum. I don't know if they're going to have to be all full time, but 30 people, and then plus each team is what, 5 people? Is he gonna have editors? Let's say 5
He's gonna need to have like project managers.
Let's say he does 5 books, that's 25 people, project managers,
artistic
accountants.
directors.
This is
all
a
this
big
kind of stuff. Yeah, it's
company.
massive.
This is a big
huge.
company. What other companies are that big? Image? I don't know. Like Image.
No, because Image is different though,
same.
because
Image
is like they're all the creator books.
Exactly.
So they're all got their own teams.
So what is it? IDW? Boom. I don't know how many people work at that. They probably farm out their fulfillment to someone else. I don't know. Is Diamond still in business? Can't remember.
I guess that's the question is, do you like what do you consider a superhero book? Like, are those werewolf books superhero books? Is Cyberfrog a superhero book? And
I consider Cyberfrog a superhero book in the sense that it is a hero fighting villains, and his takes. It has all the hallmarks of the superhero genre. I think when people think superhero, though, they think capes and cowls, the iconic superhero thing. So obviously it's not that, but I think it's a superhero story. Yeah, he's got a rogues gallery and everything. I mean, it's all there.
Shanthan Jetty, new member. Thank you, man. Appreciate it so much. That's so awesome. Perth says, is Turtles a superhero book? It is for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Look, I mean, we don't need to get into the semantics. We could argue this, we could have a debate and it would mean nothing. So if you think it is, it is.
7 of 9. Write a good story, draw it, color it, market it, produce it, and deliver it. Rinse, lather, repeat. How hard can it be? What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, so much stuff. So much stuff. Crackhead said, some of the Rippaverse backers weren't comics fans by their own admission. They just wanted to support Ripper, which is fine. If anything, could end up converting some to actual comics fans. I agree, man. I agree. I think it's fantastic for us. Lots of people say it's not great. There's only a certain amount of pie kind of bullshit, but he's making the pie bigger, I think. Do you agree, Mike? Pete Callan, new member. D, new member. Levitt, thank you so much, guys. You guys are legends. Catching up, Mike. I've only got 280 to go.
Well, I had a head start. No, yeah, I never have and never will buy into the pie argument, as it's a stable thing. There is obviously on any given day, there are only so many people out there doing a certain activity. But over time, over a long enough period of time, you can grow that readership, that fan base, that audience, whatever it is. And I mean, I don't think anyone has done anywhere near as much as he has in growing growing the number of people who are buying comic books through YouTube, which is what we've been doing here for nearly 5 years.
7 of 9 says, how do you get normal people to pay attention to you? Dude, I don't know. I've wondered that.
Sometimes they do. There's look at this. A lot of the women actually in CG, because you wonder why are women into comics? They aren't usually into comics, and a lot of them they came in through Dan Frager or Ethan Streams or something like that. So yeah, they do, and then they can end up becoming big fans like Amanda. How do you get that? I don't know. You just get famous, I suppose.
Sumo, how many years away do you guys think we are from a legit market for old books and first appearances like we see in the mainstream? That's a good question. That is a good question. What do you think? Justice says chicks like chat rooms.
15 years, maybe 20.
Really that far? I
remember
Yeah, I guess
when I got into Spider-Man, the first thing I did when I really got into him is I tried to get back issues. Back in the day, you had to get them off the trading, what's it called? The trading paper or whatever it was. This is pre-eBay.
Yeah, this
and
is
people
a long
would
time
take
ago.
out
The trading post.
People would take out trading post. Yeah, people would take out ads for comic books that they would sell every week. Every time it came out, I'd go and search for comics. So they're very hard to come by, and I would look in them, and they would have ads for older books. So you're talking a book from the 80s, and then it's listed in there a book from the 60s. Maybe even Amazing Spider-Man #1. It was like $150 on sale. Like, I don't think the whole big speculation boom and collecting back issues like took off straight away. I think there was probably a small number of people who were doing that, but I think that probably all kicked in like 30 in a real big way, 30 or so years after, and to the fact where it's like, yeah, a lot of people are collecting, looking for first editions and first appearances and stuff like that. I think it's going to take a long time, and it's going to take damn good storytelling for people to actually care about these IPs. So there's a lot like up in the air on this that we just can't really predict. All we can do is keep working and trying to do the best we can every day and see how it happens. But look, if it does kick off, well, there'll always be some, hardcores out there now who are like would pay good money, for instance, for the first Lost Souls.
Yeah,
or
that's true.
A Chromium or a rare Chromium edition of Cyberfrog, or that, what is it, issue 3 of Unforgettable Tales, that sort of stuff. There's like, but for average Joe comic skaters, it's gonna take a while. Like, you have to actually have a kind of a fandom to get.
But I mean, like
really
Graveyard Shift and like you're saying, like a lot of the first editions do sell for quite a lot of money.
Yeah, and they should, because they're like, you want to talk rarity?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like,
these books are, we're talking printed in the thousands, sometimes not even in the thousands.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Yeah, if any of these IPs take off in a big way, these books are going to be worth a lot of money. But I mean, I don't really think that's a good reason to get into this. I think it's much better off get into this because you want to support creators who are making original new content and giving you cool products to buy and good stories to read and all that sort of stuff. If we go too heavily down the whole speculation side of things, I think we all know where that can lead.
Very interesting. Mo Biggs, I can see the attitude in a short-term sense. Like, maybe right now when a lot of big books are launching isn't the best time to launch my book, but long-term, yeah, the pie can grow. Yeah, I think that's fair. Crackhead says that's not going to happen for a while. In my opinion, CT is extremely small. I agree. It is tiny. It's amazing, but it is very small. Rob, Dear Man says, Rob, the most hypothetical man in comics. Yep. Ryan says, I remember early on just buying comics from the grocery stores and hobby shops before I saw comic shops open up. Yeah, that was never happened for me. Tim says, I'll be able to retire off my Replicator issues. That'd be sweet.
Maybe.
He reread Wake and Dream on his flight to New Zealand. Legend.
Excellent.
Sorry he had to go there, D. Is he Australian or is he New Zealand?
What's wrong with New Zealand?
Nothing's wrong with New Zealand. It's just not Australia.
I love New Zealand. I've been there 3 times.
Mate, I swear,
it's a great place.
When I went there, everyone I talked to talked about the Bledisloe Cup. Is like the rugby for all you Americans.
They're big into rugby.
Massive, and it's like, oh, you guys got done in the rugby, didn't you?
Wait, was that a New Zealand accent?
I know, Bancroft.
What was that supposed to be?
I don't even know anymore. How does New Zealand one go? Fish and chops.
Well, I mean, if you want to do like
fish and chops,
proper, like take it real far and go to Wellington, you can get a bit You can do the whole. Who's that guy from What We Do in the Shadows?
I'm so sorry, guys. I should go hang my.
You can do the whale. Oh no!
Oh
I'm
my
beached
God.
is.
Do you
I'm
remember
beached
that?
is, bro.
That took off. That went
no.
absolutely bananas. Did you guys ever see that? I'm the beached bro. I cannot stand it.
Yeah, Mel had a colleague who had that kind of accent, like real thick, and she said to her, "Hey, Mel, can I borrow a pin?" And she's like, "What? Pardon?" It's like, "A pin. Do you have a pin?" And Mel's like, "A pin? A pun? Do I have a pun?" And she just she couldn't understand. It's like, a pin, like that.
Oh my God,
And
poor Mel.
yeah,
poor Mel.
That happens. I was next. I've told this story before. I was at the Crown once, and this dude came hulking in. He was
it me?
I don't know if he was from New Zealand or just an islander or some like one of the islands. Like he looked like Maui, the cartoon, the animation. He was that big. Boom, boom. He walks in and he sits down at the table. And of course, he takes the seat right next to me, and his arms are on the table, and they were these big hulking brown arms. His hands were like twice the size of mine. And I'm like, oh, he was just a scary looking individual. He was huge. Jonah from Tonga, it could have been. And anyway, I beat him in a pot. He loses like $400. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He turns over to me and he goes, "Oh, good hand, bro. That's a good one, cuz. Look what you did." And he had this really high voice. He's like, "Hey, cuz." But he was the quintessential, like, "Hey, bro. Oh, cuz, mate. Yeah, it was really good. He." Like, it just goes to show. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Mostly as the guy was like, "What the hell's an H?" Bancroft panicked. "It's just a letter like Z." How's that? That was too bad.
Z or Z? That was better. That was better. Do we say Z
Bancroft,
or Z?
Do an American accent.
Oh man. All right. Okay. We're gonna talk American from now on. We'll just
Bancroft.
talk. I'll answer your questions in an American accent.
Have you been to Disneyland, Bancroft?
Obviously not, because I've never been to America.
Haven't you? I thought you had been in America. Never been.
I've been to Europe, New Zealand, Asia, Southeast Asia. How's that? Was that American sounding?
It wasn't bad. It was way
better than yours. Well, I'll say. I'll be. I want to go to America. Oh, what are you, Falcon Lacon?
Dive Ninja. Your money is always welcome. All money is always welcome.
Usually, when I do an American accent, I dissolve. What is it? No, I like just end up sounding like JFK.
Do an Italian New Yorker.
All I know what to say. Hey, it's so good to see you. Fuck out of here.
Oh my God, that was bad. That was almost as bad as mine.
No, it's that video. Fuck out of here.
Oh my God, that's fun. That would pass. It was off.
Of course it's off.
Cracker did not like it at all. No. Southern accents only.
I used to have a impeccable German accent. Impeccable. Like people would never be able to know I wasn't German.
Skip says your best impression was Captain Chokeout, Bancroft.
Oh, it's a fucking slaughter. No, that's Peaky Blinders now.
Peaky Blinders.
It's turned into Peaky Blinders. Courtesy. What does he say? Courtesy of the Peaky fucking Blinders. Yeah.
That was the best.
I gotta hang out with Chokeout a little bit, and then I can do a Chokeout.
That was the best fake Yank accent by far. Pete Callan for 2. Appreciate it, man. That was pretty damn good. That's good. People like it. I can't follow that up, man. Mine's terrible. For some reason, I go to a foghorn leghorn, and I can't not do it anymore. I need to hear an American speak, I think.
Yeah, no, that's true. I hung out with a New Zealander for a week, and I mean, I had it down, like just perfect. You couldn't stop me. But if you don't really, we pronounce bean as Ben. I been. Oh, okay, yeah, got that one wrong. No,
I don't know. I don't know if I can do it today. I just don't know if I got it in me. I don't
it
know
is so bad.
It's so bad.
Your accent, it's almost as bad as OC Steve's Australian accent.
It's so bad.
Jack Stafford, I was in Dusseldorf, so up there. I never went down to
Rob, it's okay. Do the funny southern one. Many actually sound like that. I don't think. It does.
Well, it does. It does. I say. You a chicken hawk? My name is Rob Arnold, and I make the Replicator.
I mean, I don't even need to do it anymore. You've nailed it. That's perfect.
The funny thing is, that was him being John Malin. That was him saying like, "How'd it go there? My name is John Malin, and I make the graveyard shift, and people call me the coach." That was doing John Malin.
I did do that, didn't I? I did say that was John Malin. I'd promote John Malin's book like I was American. Let me bring up a campaign and let me promote it like that. That'll be fun. Okay. I think this will be fun. I'm kind of changing my mind.
Jack, who says he loved his time in the south of Germany. I would love to go. It's beautiful down there. I never.
I was desperate, Bancroft, when I was in Germany to go and see Dortmund play. I think that would have been just absolutely incredible. You're not a fan of football, I
mean, it's all right. I would never go to a game.
I see. Who is the Replicator? 48 pages of the best action you'll ever see in comics.
You kind of slipped there at the end.
That's the problem, man.
Norman Rad says, "Now I do declare, Mr. Beauregard."
Oh my god!
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
What do you think, guys? But how was that?
Yeah, it's Foghorn Leghorn.
Grab an oar.
Yeah, we have to sort of think to pronounce the R's at the end of words. It's very unnatural for us to say car. Like that just never happens in Australian English. It's a car, mate. Jerry's clear.
Let's continue, Rob. 8 out of 10. I've been reading Graveyard Shift this week. I just have to read 4.
Imagine how many books you would sell if you did it all in Foghorn Leghorn voice. And everyone's like, "What's wrong with that guy?" It's like, it's just Rob. Is he making fun of us? No.
No, he's just mentally handicapped. You guys are well aware of my situation. KSSS says, I lived in South Carolina. I've never once heard anything like Rob's so-called Southern accent except from Hollywood types who've never been down south. Now look at here. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm letting down all of Australia and America at the same time.
Shantz does a fantastic Southern accent. He knows all the intricacies. Yeah, I think he's from there.
I'll start an accent, right? And it'll start as like Italian. And by the end of it, it will be like full on Pakistani. I'm terrible. I'm the worst. I can't hold an accent. I can't do an accent. They don't make sense. That's what you get.
I used to work with a South African, and he actually, I worked in his house, and his parents-in-law were there as well, and they were proper Afrikaans, and I used to be able to do their accent perfectly as well, which is a really rare thing. You don't get that much around. The South Africans. It's a fun accent.
Rob, you're doing Aussie proud, mate. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for all of Australia. Mike, your American is actually all right.
It can be. If I listen and then actually make a attempt, but there'll always be something off about it. The Australian you can't hold it down.
No, Perth. No. Do a Singaporean accent like Yanzi. That would just result in me getting.
I can't do
canceled.
Singaporean, but I can do Vietnamese. Only because a lot of them are dealers at Crown. And so I know what they say.
Do it.
So
do it.
So the dealer at Crown might say something like, "You bet the $10," like that.
Right.
They do like $1 like that. That's how they talk.
I wonder if I could play a Malin clip and try and copy Malin's voice. Do you reckon it's even possible?
It's easy. You just go, "Yeah, guys," like that. I mean, yeah, guys. Build your audiences. Build those channels.
But he doesn't sound so whiny like that, Bancroft.
I don't know.
Lock and lol. Do the whole stream that way, Bancroft.
What is it, Vietnamese?
More nasal.
I can only really say what they talk about at in blackjack. That's all I really know.
That's how I feel too, McShort. He says, "Rob, we love your accent. Please don't do American ever again." I feel the same way. Yet then people ask me to do it. So Rob sounds too distinguished for some backwoods hillbilly and too over the top for an average Southerner.
That's heaping way too much praise on Rob. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Just try Boston. Say Harvard.
No, that's Harvard. I don't know. Harvard.
Right.
No, that's
right.
Aussie.
Right. That's Aussie, isn't it? Damn
Boston.
It. I thought I had it for a second there.
From Boston. Get in the car.
End every sentence, with you know what I mean? Yeah, but Boston accents are rough. Like, how do you even do a Boston accent if you're not from Boston? It's just like
you just watch Good Will Hunting a lot. This, my friend, is wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
No, they don't. They're non-rhotic in Boston. They don't pronounce R's.
I can do this one though. You ready? Emotional damage.
Oh my god. That's actually painful to hear. That's painful. That's terrible.
Wicked smart. Oh my god. Oh, we just lost 5 viewers. Oh, they come back.
I'm not surprised.
Can Mel do it? Can Mel do it? That'd be great.
What? Emotional damage?
Yeah.
No, I don't think she would try. That's not really.
Yes. That was nightmarish, Rob.
Yeah,
that was even bad for you.
Unfollowed, unsubbed, reported for targeted harassment, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I just need a minute here, Mike. I just need a second. I gotta take my jumper off. I'm too hot now.
Failure. That's what that was. A cringe nuke. That was funny. Where's he gone? He's like,
I just had to take my. Say I punched the kangaroo hard. In what accent? Normal accent. I just did it. Shameful. Oh my gosh. All right, Mike. What else is going on? We've got 65 people in here somehow. Thank you, everyone, for being here. What else have you got
It's
to
a
tell
mystery,
people?
isn't it?
You know what was? It was really funny watching Mel yell at the kids in French. I liked that.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
your
mean,
wife was like, "Oh, that's it. Like, that's cool."
yeah.
Because the first time you hear it, it's a bit like, "Oh, they're actually speaking French."
But like, I couldn't tell if she was telling off the kids or if she was happy with the kids. Like, can you actually tell?
Oh, no, that's French. Like, that's French. French is a lot like what I imagine like Chinese is like. They always sound like they're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Many times before I could understand what they were saying, I would say, "What's your dad yelling about?" And she's like, "They're just having a discussion." But that's how they are. They're very, yeah, they're very forceful with their language. Those Frenchies.
I didn't. I see. I mean, I couldn't tell because it sounded like you were yelling, but it just
Yeah,
might
I
be
don't
because you were
remember
speaking
her yelling
French.
at them at all. No,
it might just be how you say hello. I don't know.
It could also be Mel is half German, so they're like, you know, she just like sounds like she's yelling. Or that's just like in her blood.
Do you does Mel ever get so angry at the kids or yourself, to be fair, that she switches from English past French straight to German?
No, that would never happen.
That would be kind
the
of funny, though.
German you have to sort of think about.
Mm.
It's very weird when Mel speaks French to me. It only ever happens when she's like half asleep, and then she'll go, "Oh."
What about when she's drunk?
Yeah.
Does she speak French to you?
Mel doesn't get drunk.
Doesn't she?
She's a classy woman. She has been drunk before, and no, she didn't. She didn't speak French.
Take out the bin.
She would just she'd send me a message and say, "You forgot to take out the bins." You know, because I'm working in the cottage drawing, and she'd be like, "Oi, oi!" She's actually taken on a lot of Australianisms, like, you know, a lot of people. It's really weird. Do you think her accent is strong?
Mine.
Hers.
No, not overly. Like it was no, she's easy to understand. Like not at all, actually.
Yeah, but some people say to her, "You have a totally Australian accent," and I'm like, "What? Are you high?" She definitely has an accent, but
When I was in England, Mike, someone's told me I had an Irish accent.
well, you know, Australian English is a mix of Irish and London. That's what this sounds like. And so when you go to London, you'll be confused occasionally. You'll think people are speaking in an Australian accent. And then you'll hear the British come in on certain words.
Irish, yeah, I didn't get it either. I know what Mike's saying, but it doesn't sound Irish to me at all. Yeah.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not Irish. It's a mix of London and Irish sort of squishing together into some weird. It's all got to do with diphthongs and vowel shifts and all sorts of stuff. I don't really pretend to know much how it actually works, but that's the history of it.
You didn't want to do the color off with Corey. I was surprised. I thought you'd be up for that, mate.
Why?
I don't know.
That was that ended up being a nightmare in the end. Do you not remember that?
Corey said he didn't enjoy it either.
Yeah, it was like a meme that turned it was a joke that turned into a meme that sort of just got its own life. And before we knew it, there was this color off set up. And then on top of that, it became this big thing with, I didn't know Kenneth Rocafort or Matt Yackey or Kyle Ritter. I didn't even really know Eric that well. And then they're coming in, and I would just like, I hadn't colored anything. I didn't even put out a book yet, and we were coloring. We were doing it live in front of people. It was one of the most stressful things that I've ever done in Comicsgate.
Why wouldn't you want to do it again?
Judged. No, it was like, and plus it was a big effort. It was like
you
6
won,
hours of coloring straight. Yeah, and I'd win again. But that's not the point.
Clip that, crackhead. Get on that one.
I'm joking, Corey. I'm joking. But no. And plus, I've got other things I need to do. I can't be doing no color offs.
John's here, mate. Good to see you, dude. Who got these people to attack Bancroft? Who hurt you? I don't know. 7-9. If you speak English, I can pinpoint where you learned it within 10,000-mile radius. It doesn't seem like a
10,000 miles is a big circle. Yeah. The weird thing about Australia is we have 3 main dialects and then a bunch of sort of more localized ones, but like you'll get a guy who speaks exactly like me growing up and living next door to a guy who talks like, oh, g'day, how you going? Yeah, oh no, been down to the shops now. Like just like totally different, real ochre, and there's no rhyme or reason other than that's what their parents sound like. It's not like, isn't like you have these accent enclaves like you do everywhere else in the world. It's really weird. What is that? What are you groaning about?
That's my thinking face. I've got a DM. Dude, don't. Someone just DM'd me about if a joke was offensive. Dude, don't ever really worry about that here. Mike and I.
Mo says, did Bancroft think he was using 2 distinct accents just then? They were different to me.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Jack Stafford has it. There's broad, general, and cultivated. So broad is your ochre. Broad is your Steve Irwin. Oh, 2 rights, mate. Yeah. Like that. And I think I have general, Jack. I don't think I'm particularly cultivated.
Is my accent strong? Like, whose accent's stronger? Mine or Mike's?
I think yours and mine sound the same.
Yeah, I kind of think so as well. I mean,
Sumo says the oh my god, baby, will you? Like that's
dude,
a specific
that is
WOG accent.
Wow,
so they're like
favorite.
They're descendants of Greek or Italian immigrants from the 50s and 60s. That's where that accent comes from.
Oh my god, baby!
Oh my god, mate, check it out. Maybe I got my sick rims. Oh, it's looking so good, yo.
Your 2 accents are mild. It's close. Rob's is pretty general. Yeah. Can you do the Cooper Petey accent? No, I don't know. I don't know what the Cooper Petey.
Let me check where Cooper Petey is.
McShort says, Mike, since you're decent at accents, can you do a Northwest US accent? Dude, I wouldn't even know like what that accent is.
What, like Portland? Like Washington State? No, I wouldn't really know what it sounds like. I mean, it just probably sounds like a general accent, doesn't it? General American. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is Cooper Petey like an Aboriginal accent?
I don't know.
I'd always thought that the English accent that people who are Aboriginal end up getting was only spoken by Aboriginal people. And then I saw some interviews from people living in Alice Springs, white people who had the same accent. I didn't know that happened.
American accents interest me so much. There's like they can be so varied. It amazes me. Anyway, These are 3 thumbnails. Eric Canetti's going to do a cover for me, and I thought I probably shouldn't show these off, but I'm going to do it anyway. I did it earlier today. It's
you showed it off everywhere, Rob.
Yeah,
You've been
cat's out of the bag.
shopping this thing out everywhere.
Oh no. So there's 3 different thumbnails. These are only obviously really rough thumbnails. Which one do you guys prefer? 1, 2, or 3? You guys let me know in chat which one you guys like. Mike's favorite was this one, Mike, the falling down one. Is it just because there's a background though, Mike? That's the question I'd ask you.
No, I think it's the most Eric Canetti of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You've got that sort of like, it's a very fisheye lens, so the figures are really distorted. You're going to get that really cool effect that Canetti does so well, where he stretches bodies out. On top of that, it's like it got a clear action happening. I think it's got a clear background. I just really dig it. I like that, and I like that way. I think it would look great as a cover. I could see it with the Replicator sitting over the top of it. Yeah. So it's 2 for me.
Right. Well, this is really interesting. So, okay. So 3, 1, 1, 3, 2 is crowded. Okay. So that doesn't count. 3.
The crowded.
3,
that's like
3.
That's good for Canetti. Like it's supposed to be crowded. He separates things with the colors.
I don't think one person chose 2, Mike. I don't think one person
You're
agreed.
All wrong.
That's crazy. My favorite was probably 1, but it's not the cover I went with.
That's probably the one I would not pick.
Yeah, I just think it looks really cool and unique, like the way they're posed. But I get it. John says 2. That's good because that is what we've gone with. That is what we've gone with. I asked a whole heap of other comic creators, and they're like 2 is the best. I'm like, I think honestly, dude, I think you could choose any one of these, and he'd do a great job.
I mean, it'd be a Canetti cover. It would be awesome no matter what. But I just think that's it's got the most going on. And like, is Jules going to be coloring it?
I don't know. I don't know what Eric's doing.
I would love to see it in a sort of like a take on like an Arcathena kind of take. But in a, so not like looks exactly like it's Arcathena, but that sort of style, that frenetic energy. I don't think there'd be any issues with any sort of overcrowding or busyness or anything. I think it would look amazing. Baliendo, I was going to say that at the start. Guys, whatever you say, it doesn't matter. He's already made up his mind.
Guys, you've seen this show before. I do this. Like, I'll ask your opinion, and sometimes I've already made up my mind. Mo says, you're all wrong. That's a perfect attitude to have when gauging customer interest or in something these customers will soon be deciding whether to buy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the Marvel method.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. Canetti covers are usually him painting the whole thing himself. Dude, don't tease me like that. It's way too exciting. 3 for the win. I'm looking for a 3rd cover artist. Can you guys suggest someone? Yes, I can. And who I would suggest for a cover is Alan Goldman. He's quick. He's very reasonably priced, and I think he's top level. Let me show you, actually. I can show you.
And he's just a nice, funny guy. He saw the humor in my weird DM that I sent him the other day.
Yeah, Mike's trying to get
all
up in
either
there.
Way.
That
he could have just gone like, all right, weirdo.
That's the Alan Goldman cover for Replicator 4, which Shelby's inked. But yeah, great value, incredible like detail as well, Mike. And he was quick. He was really quick for me. So
doesn't say much when you're concerned.
Right. Here's a question. Which cover is the best cover that's been released in CG?
Mine.
I was not expecting that because I don't agree.
That's a friggin' tough one, isn't it?
Do you know what I keep coming back to every time I think about it? Like, and I don't know if I actually feel this way, but hang on, let me just wrench Mel. How is she not a wrench? Here you go,
you haven't
done.
given her a wrench?
No, I'm pretty sure she had one. Those Cyberfrog. Yeah, the one I keep coming back to is the Roquefort Battle Brick Road cover, and I don't know why. Like, it's great. It's one of my favorites, but I don't know if it's the best, but my mind keeps going there. What do you think?
I would probably think it was one of the Cyberfrogs, I reckon. And I'm judging it not only the art, but the treatment as well. The chromium or something like that. The Jay Lee one, we haven't seen it in print yet. I love that piece. I know a lot of people don't, but you know, one of them.
I do.
Like, it's pretty hard to look past those things. Like, whenever I'm, you know, going through the comics or whatever, and I pull them out, I do stop and go, yeah, that was pretty freaking badass. It's going to be interesting, actually. Camel Moon's got some fantastic covers coming out, and he's done, you know, some pretty funky treatments on it. So yeah, we'll see.
Mo,
he's got a Charlie Snogans as well.
Camel's got a Charlie Snogans cover.
Yes. How do you not remember that?
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like a new one, like of these new things. Mo says the whole question is just a way to gatekeep ARO for not having a cover. Dude, I honestly think that ARO piece in CG Vacation is going to be the best piece in the whole book. I'm not joking. Have you seen? Mo surely has seen how good this thing is, yeah?
Of course he has. Everyone has.
Yeah.
You think Mo hasn't seen it?
Well, I don't know. He's not on Twitter. He's not on Twitter.
Being shown all over the place.
Well, good. I'm making sure he's fully aware of it. Fucking hell.
Pert says the J Lee cover already printed on the Wrecked Planet preview. That's the secondary cover. That cover has not been printed yet. You can't see it because it's hidden behind a Victoria Bitter sign now. But yeah, that's a different cover. There's two J Lee covers.
That's the best J Lee one, I think, for sure. What do you guys think? What's the best cover? Full stop.
Anyone who doesn't say the Lucent Waking Dream is wrong.
There's
incorrect.
Lots of people saying that, Mike. Eric Grant says it, though. Ella about to dive bomb the reader is hard to top, not going to lie.
There's lots of perspectives going on that cover.
Mo says the Lucent cover was nice, but it was missing something, a certain it factor, a moon, if you will. Jay Lee, Roquefort. You read that one.
These Roquefort Groken covers are really nice too.
No, Jack, we still have the same accent, I think. Maybe. Impossible Stars. Kelsey's Dracula cover, Bancroft. That's a good shout, man.
It is very good.
No.
I don't know if it's my favorite ever Kelsey piece, though. It is very good, though. It's too hard. It's too hard to decide.
Yeah, our covers are sick too, man. Like, they're fantastic. We've got so many good covers.
To hide with a VB sign.
Well, I mean, it wasn't hidden for a while. You bought it. You paid money for it. You must have liked it.
What? What did I buy?
The poster.
Did I?
Yes.
I thought you just sent it to me.
No, I sent you your own ones for free.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kelsey's Dracula cover. Can you do a Transylvanian accent?
I can do the dude from What We Do in the Shadows.
1, 2,
like the count.
3.
It can do when the dude says, so I was selling my wares and I came upon a creepy castle and I was like, looks pretty creepy. You know,
Dude,
that guy?
that why have you mixed in wog with it somehow?
I don't know. That's how he sounds. And he's like, and then he bit into me with his foul. What did he say? He's bitter. Anyway, he says, and it was Peter. And we're still friends today. Have you not seen What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
Oh, man. Terrible.
Mo says, damn it, Rob, I'm very impressed. Not with the accent, but with you counting to 3 with no mistakes. Eric says, Wog Vampire is an underrated breed.
They are. They really are. Yeah,
God,
they're from Western Sydney and Northern Melbourne.
God, could you imagine? That would be an amazing movie. Wog Vampire.
Wog Vampires. Yeah.
Mate. Make it happen.
Can you say what Jack has written there? Jack has written some German in the chat for you.
Okay. Am I allowed to say it though, Bancroft? Is it not?
It means one beer, please. Like you're at a bar.
Ein Bier. Bitte.
Sort of, yeah.
It sounded more French.
You pronounce the E. You pronounce the end of the word. So it's eine Bier bitte.
Eine Bier bitte. Okay, I got you. All right, Bancroft, we're going to wrap it up in a second. What do you want to tell the good people? Is there anything that you want to let them know about?
Do I show off what I've been working on while we've been streaming?
Yes. And while you get that ready, everyone, please do go sign up. Do go and sign up to Replicator 4. It's going to be the biggest, the baddest, and the best Replicator yet. 48 pages plus, probably. It's getting better and better and better, and all the art, man. God, it's so good. Getting so much better. Go sign up. Cool.
Doing
Looks
the inks.
blurry. Why is it blurry though? Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
Good.
Happy with this hand. What do you think of this?
I know what you're talking about. Is that the crotch?
Yeah. Happy with that.
You're happy with the crotch area?
Yeah, I'll probably have this finished in, tomorrow, maybe the day after, depending on how much time I get to work on it. Oh, look, I forgot his little fin things.
Mo says, Rob isn't going to reveal the artist until it's finished, so he doesn't have to find a new artist mid-book, dude. You figured it out. Everyone
sign up for the Embrace 2. It will feature this cover as well as Dean James's cover. And yeah, I read the Embrace. It was a good read. I'm looking forward to the next one.
I'm impressed with those guys. Like, it's rare that you kind of find like a partnership that both seem really invested in the project and are willing to promote it together. I thought that was really cool. And they seem to be giving away a lot of cool things for signing up. Let me see if I can find it quickly.
I mean, Rod's like that with Fractured Mind. He's like really invested in the story being awesome and the book being awesome. It's really cool. The first artist I hired, Rob, super invested, bringing in pages on the regular, a joy to work with. Oh, look, hello.
Oh, Bogan Bancroft cover with all the hands.
I never saw that. That's cool. The Bogan Supreme. That's me. I want to read that. I want to read that like a Bogan. Go back up.
This.
The Bogan Supreme has graced us with his talents and is currently working on a very hands-on cover with a hidden golden root hand to find.
Mate, that was terrible. That was terrible. Didn't sound like a Bogan at all. Apparently, there's a new meme. Oh my gosh! All right, here we go.
Yes, Yes.
I see. Y'all ready to back Replicator 4? Bless your heart. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, go sign up for the Embrace.
Simple country folk trying to sell your lemonade.
Geek says, before wrapping up, could Rob say emotional damage one more time? Cringing is good for the health. I don't think I can do it again.
Go full screen with it and do it.
No, not happening. Yeah, go sign up for the Embrace too. You don't want to get any emotional damage.
Oh, it's real cringe too. It actually hurts to listen to. Oh, that's terrible, Rob. Ugh.
Did you like how it? Did you like how I worked it in?
Whew.
I worked it in pretty well though. Yeah, so you get hollow foil trading card. Do you get this chibi too, Mike? You'd know, wouldn't you? Do you get this chibi?
I don't know.
Yeah, you get this chibi thing. Bancroft's cover.
Well, that's a variant. Yeah.
Eric says, Rob, you found a frequency that induces vomiting.
Oh no. Is it really? I had a physical reaction to
it. Poor cunt for 5. Did you see Comicsgate is Comics Great's latest clip about Cecil hitting the slopes? # stop Asian hate. I haven't seen it. Oh, okay. All right, guys. That was actually a really fun show, Mike.
Why you sound so surprised?
Are
you going to play a clip to like take us out, or are you just going to end it again like you always do?
I don't really have a clip. All the clips got me copyright struck or whatever it is claimed.
Does that matter?
I don't know. Does it? I don't know these things.
No, you're already monetized. What does it matter?
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I can do that then. Thank you, everyone in chat, and I appreciate the new members and the super chats. Do sign up to be a member if you would. That would be awesome. What I'm going to show everyone in the members is a secret Swift Shock storyline of pages that are completed. I can probably show one, Bancroft.
Yeah, show a couple. I showed 3. I mean, it depends on how many you've got. Like, you choose. I showed 3. And then I put the rest behind the paywall.
Very, very clever. Let me just find them.
First one's free, just like a drug dealer.
First one's free. You think I'd have these ready to go? That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, people are already saying goodbye, shuffling on their way out. Like
people are already leaving.
They're getting their car keys. They're walking out. The guy's like, wait! I forgot something. Hold on. They're like, oh god, now we got to stand around in the aisle.
All right, here's one.
Awkward.
Here we go. We've still got 60 people here. Oh, this is only one panel. That's pretty good though, Bancroft. Look at that.
Everything I've seen from this so far looks pretty rad, so it's worth it.
Yeah. All right,
I'm actually
that's it.
pleased I became a member now. Didn't expect that.
There you go. When did Rob get memberships? Today, like literally before the stream. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, everyone in chat. Have a great one. And I'm going to play people out with this.